Okay, so we were hungry, so we went to fish and chips place and ate, and it was delicious. And then we were love daring each other at the table, and I dared Agnes to go find a homeless person and preach the gospel to him. So she was like, okay, I want to go do that right now. So we're like, okay. So I crammed some food down my throat, and we ran outside, and it was like Hartnell. And so saw this guy across the street, like pushing a bike and then a trailer, and so we ran across the street, and some traffic was, and then we got across the street and kind of ran after him. We were like, hey, sir, you guy.
Yeah.
And he stopped and like
yeah, and so I just like, we just started like telling him like, yeah, we just saw you, and yeah, so we just wanted to talk to you. And I asked him like, how are you doing? And he like immediately was like, terrible, like and he just like started telling us like everything like heavy that was happening to him in his
just
life.
passed away, and he was losing his storage unit, and then he's like, and I'm homeless, and I was like, yes, he's homeless. Because that was the love dare. So
and so you like, Lisa just started like loving on him as a mom, because he was talking about like, or it just really stood out like how heavy that was for him that his mom had passed away. So Lisa just like started loving on him as a mother, and like giving him a mother's hug, and just like really like speaking life and hope over him. And
I was pretty much all over him. I'm like,
yeah,
you're amazing, you're amazing. And he wouldn't look me in the eye, so I kept like trying to get him to look me in the eye, and he was like all like, and then I was looking at him, and I was realizing like, this guy's covered in tattoos with skulls and a skinhead on his hat. He had a shaved head. He might have been the same.
Somehow you just like started praying for him, and started like, and I remember that like it just shifted, and like there was this peace that just came over, and like he like just like calmed down and closed his eyes.
I felt like he had this big insert love here gap, and I was just like, here you go some more, here you go some more. I must have told me he was amazing like 50 times.
Yeah, and then suddenly, like, because you just started praying for him, and you just like released peace, and you and you just loved on him. And then suddenly I just hear you like leading him in a prayer to receive Jesus.
I'd never done that before.
Because you were like, you just asked him like, oh yeah,
I was like,
are you feeling?
I was
this
like, are you feeling that? And
he was like,
yeah. And he's crying. He's kind of, man. I was like, that's God. That's the Prince of Peace.
Yeah.
Do you want Jesus? And he was like, yeah. I was like, whoa, really? Awesome.
It was so great, and it was so simple, and it was so like, wow.
So then I didn't know what to do after that point. I'm like, I guess I was like, so
yeah, and then you just
repeat after me.
Pray.
I received Jesus, and it was really cool. And then we just, he didn't do any of the talking. He basically said, I'm homeless, my mom died, and I'm losing my storage unit, and that was about all he said. Yeah. And then he just was quiet and cried a lot. And then we just told him he was amazing, and that he was loved, and that he was needed and unique, and all that good stuff that is true. And then I really wanted to, I just had faith for like, I was going to reach in my wallet, which had no money in it, and pull out all this money and give it to him. And I did it, and there wasn't any money there. So I bought him dinner instead, and he wanted to eat at the really fancy place. So his dinner actually cost twice as much as mine, but it was awesome. I think he felt loved, and I think that was the point.
Definitely.
Now he's home. He's part of the family. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, right, and he had this horrible thing on his arm, and he'd gotten bit by a spider, and it was huge. And I grabbed his arm just because I was excited, and he was like, So we prayed for him. Every time we prayed, it got a little bit better.
Yeah.
And it was really cool.
Yeah.